Are you buying a house in Florida for the first time? You might think that finding the house is the hardest thing. And then you found the house and you say, now what? Well, one of the most important things to think about is what are you going to include in your offer? Okay, here in Florida, we use the as-is residential contract for the sale and purchase. That's for a house, a condo, a townhouse, for any of those residential properties. It's the most common one that we use. You should know ahead of time who your escrow agent is. And of course, since you're already pre-approved, which is one of the most important things to do ahead of looking for a house, you already know the terms of your loan. You need to have that information before you write up this offer, because when you submit the offer, you're also going to submit your pre-approval letter, and the terms of your financing will be in the contract itself. So first of all, you have to decide how much you're going to offer. That's pretty obvious. But then you have to decide how much money are you going to put in as the deposit. That also needs to be in the contract. And you have to make that deposit. It's also in the contract. You can determine that, but normally within 3 days, you have to make that deposit to your escrow agent. So then that's why you need to know ahead of time who the escrow agent is, and that's actually written into the contract. So then after you make that decision, you also need to decide how long are you going to leave this offer open. Usually we leave the offer open at least 2 days to give the seller an opportunity to review the offer and review any other offers that come in. But you don't want to be locked into an offer for a week, because you're actively looking, and if that house doesn't work out, you need to be free to make offers on other properties. So normally we write in about 2 days for the offer to be accepted, counter offered, or sometimes they'll ignore it. That means it's just denied. So all of the terms of the financing will be in the contract. When when the contract expires, like the offer expires, also you'll make a determination. The next most important thing that has to go into the as-is contract is how many days are you going to give for inspection? This is really important because the inspection period is critical to you finding out whether or not you want to buy this house. So if you don't fill anything into the space, into the contract, it will be 15 days. But normally we can do inspections in 10 days, and that's what sellers are looking for, a shorter inspection period, because if anything goes wrong, it often will happen during the inspection period or as a result of inspections. So you want to make sure that you're not tied into a contract either for 15 days, if it's going to just be canceled, and then they have to find another buyer. But 10 days is pretty normal. Then after the inspection period, you'll have responsibilities as far as applications that you have to fill out with your with a mortgage company, and the insurance also. So that will be after the inspections, but in the contract, your agent will fill out all of this information. You'll discuss it and you'll review. It's a standard form, and it's the one most of us use in the state of Florida. Now, if you're buying a condo, there'll be an additional document. That's called a condo rider, is what we call it. And that will say, so this is a condo rider, it's just a few sheets, but it has important information also. Can the condo deny you? So if you have an application process, you also have a certain amount of time that you have to, normally it's 5 days to make the application, and they must approve you within 5 days before closing. Now, if they deny your application, you can also get out and get your deposit back, because that's a requirement in a lot of condo associations, is for them to approve you. So that's an additional document that you also will need to fill out. If there's an HOA, which is a different type, a homeowners association, you will have instead an HOA, which has many of the same terms. So it will delineate, it will say, you have to apply within a certain amount of time to the HOA, and the HOA has to accept you within a certain amount of time. If not, you can get out of the contract. So that's so after you find a house, this is just the beginning of this entire process. So it's really important to know what happens next and what kinds of protections you have and decisions that you have to make, because that's the whole house buying process in reality. Finding the house is only the first step. So if you have any questions about what to do after you find the house that you want to buy, please reach out to me. My name is Beatriz with Antilles Realty in Miami, and press the like button and subscribe if you like this video. Have a great day.